Let's see how far I can get on this today. So the ambiance thing. So it's early as hell. So, didn't really sleep last night. Not a torturous night, but just a lot of calm clarity weighing in on me. Recognizing what a shitty fucking husband I've been for how long, and just how absent from my own marriage I've been. For years. It's been a good 15 years. Maybe 16. But 15. About 15. So about 3/4 of my marriage at least. And I wasn't working even before then. So, of my actual marriage, you know, I think I was working 3 years. Yeah. 3 years of this marriage, I had a full-time job and I was contributing and paying bills and helping out. But we were fighting all the fucking time about her stupid fucking daddy and her stupid fucking brother. Not even about them, about what I wanted to do and not being able to do it because they had other opinions. Not a part of this house, not in that fucking fight, not there at all, but because they were ruling my wife's mind. They ruled the early portion of my fucking marriage and made me just give the fuck up and quit working and quit trying. Because everything I did, it always wound back to how could it be a benefit to them. Made me not want to fucking do anything, pursue anything. And now she's living with her fucking daddy. And it's so much better with him than it is with you. Like, she broke me down and trained me to be a shitty version of him so that she could take out her fucking issues on him. And now that I'm completely broken and exactly what she fucking wanted in order to work over her issues with as a punching bag, she doesn't want to be with me anymore. And I still fucking love her, but it's narcissistic abuse, and it's her father who inflicted it, who's winning it now. God damn it. Like, I'm sure he's not talking about how he needs to get a new wife because he's got his fucking daughter at home now. So he's all the wife things that he wanted from, you know, getting a new wife, he's got his daughter for. And it's sick and it's fucked up. She spent all her time wrapped up trying to get his fucking approval. So she never built a family with me. And I still want to be with her. Like, I still feel bad for the years of neglect and not lighting that fucking this candle, not lighting that candle and keeping the flame going of our marriage and fighting with her about this shit, letting her know how fucked up it was and just doing what the fuck I fucking wanted to. We'd both be better the fuck off had I done that in the beginning instead of letting myself get distracted with cards and toys and games and shit, which never would have fucking happened if I just would have been working on my craft the way I wanted to. But no, I waited. I had to fucking wait. I waited how many goddamn years to get a fucking computer, and by the time I did, there was so much pressure and stress I couldn't fucking work and concentrate. I gotta accept responsibility, I gotta let go of the past, and I just gotta move on with what is. I gotta write this chapter. What is this chapter about? Joss is talking about virtue, and he's being sexist, and he's trying to split hairs between virtue and morality, but really it's just for the sake of talking and fucking with Jillian, whose name he hasn't even bothered to learn yet, and it's chapter 11. I don't know, I'm gonna skip ahead from this section. Joss suddenly, I don't know, I'm not feeling this right now. I gotta write something. Again, did not sleep last night. Thinking about what the fuck I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna get out of this situation. I need a vehicle. I'm thinking I need to do Uber. Need a vehicle for Uber. For the nights when I can't fucking sleep, I'll just drive people around the city. That'll be safe. but probably make better money that way. Looking at courier stuff, anything I can do, which sucks. I'd rather be doing remote stuff. I'd rather be working from home and hanging out with my animals. Right, Lou? Yeah. It's the whole reason I've been working part-time jobs. It's because last time I had a full-time job, the dog that I had at the time, Dermot, ate a bunch of cat shit because my wife was not cleaning out the cat box or watching the dog or anything while I was working those insane hours. Got sick, spent all the money from that to get him healthy again. Couldn't buy the computer that I wanted to. Blame the wife. Really shouldn't have blamed the wife. I'm looking at money now and everything she spent and wasted, and she is incredibly fucking wasteful with money. God, my God, woman. She'd be doing so much better. I'm worried right now she's broke because she's paying for a lawyer to draw divorce papers. I'm pretty sure they're coming. I'm pretty sure divorce papers are coming. And I'm going to turn into a little bitch. I'm going to cry. I'm going to have a fit. I'm going to refuse to fucking sign them forever. Forever. Fuck that. But what is this chapter about? This chapter is about gluttony. Or that's what I'm leading into, a section about gluttony, about too much information. It's about doom scrolling and cell phones. Do I need to use ChatGPT to help get me going? No, I've done that thing with ChatGPT already. If you notice, these 11 behaviors. What 11 behaviors? You're dealing with a low IQ person. Well, no, I don't want to read that. You might reveal something about me. I might be a low IQ individual. Let's edit the stream info. Chapter 11. Not really feeling it today though, but we'll see. We'll see if I can kick anything out. Sorry, looking around on shit that does not matter. Alright. Yeah, I don't need a proper transition here. I'm thinking way too much. I gotta write. I have to write. I gotta write something today. This chapter shouldn't be hard. I know what I want to write. I have the concept. Oh, I remember. See, weed fucks with you quite a bit. Like, it fucks with your pleasure portion of your brain and tells you, like, this is good. Whatever you're doing, this is good. You don't need to do anything else. It really dulls you. She believes that I've changed. She believes it. She says, damn it. I'm struggling today. I had a weed gummy last night in order to help me sleep, which did not help. I think it kept me calmer, but it did not help me sleep. It's had me thinking all night about how I could have, should have, would have been a better husband. Now I'm terrified that it's too damn late. It means Joss began with a long stride, no longer grin. Morality is all about self-preservation, not goodness. Just what's good for life. It extends to your progeny and close relations, with women being the binding force. Congregate and keep the bloodline together in an infuriating hold. feel like so much of my ambitions and dreams and goals were just canceled or cut out at the fucking knees. So she could be close to her goddamn stupid ass fucking family. Like everything I wanted to fucking do. Wait, just wait. Now I feel like she's stringing me along, and this is more of her manipulation, false dichotomy bullshit that she's pulling on along. It's just, it's so frustrating, and God. And this is it. This is that feeling that just makes me want to sit and shut the fuck down and doom scroll and play video games and just, be a lump on the fucking couch. That's what I'm feeling right now. Just thinking about all that, and I don't want to do that ever the fuck again, but god damn it. And you just suddenly notice that the lights on the front of your computer are for, and I'm like 2 months away from needing to buy a new fucking computer. I need a job. I need income badly, very, 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 very fucking badly. I need a job. Okay, congregate and keep the bloodline together in an infuriating hold. I'm just not in a mood for this right now. It's always fantasies with her, like, oh, we could live here, we could do this, we could do... But she follows through on those fantasies. She does. I'm the one who just talks and doesn't follow through on anything. Which is why I wish we could fucking work together. I wish we would have figured that out at some point in this marriage. I could have showed up more. See, I'm right back in the state where I was like a month ago, and I can see the reaction of my goofy fucking face, thinking and shit. Like, it's the fuck, Jack? What the fuck? Sleep would have been nice. Kind of losing it a little bit. I mean, I'm losing everything because I'm losing my wife, but... Okay. Great. Well, things. Tired of streaming to 0? No. No, I'm not. Not in the slightest bit. I think I enjoy it. I prefer it. It's less embarrassing that way. Stop putting in weak speech. I hate that she was never grown out of her family. I hate how this all fucking ended. Like, I swear to God, I spent 20 fucking years being strawmanned and abused for her father's fucking bullshit and all the crap that he put her fucking mother through, and until I'm just a shell. Like, there's nothing fucking left of me at all. And then she can't be with the remaining heap. And now she's living with her fucking father. Like, that's the part that just fucking pisses me off. And she's staying there for months. That's what she's telling me. She's not getting her own place. She's not seeing anybody else. Hallelujah. But it's just fucking daddy. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now. I'm not doing filler stuff. I'm not just trying to fill pages. And I'm just venting about family right now. And women. Does it feel like there's nothing left to you at all? But dust and ash. She tells you you're not enough. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm feeling right now. So I gotta write my feelings onto the page. And maybe this will transform into something beautiful. It forces you out into the cold, lonely world. How sorry do I feel for myself right now? It's right there. It's right there on the page. That's how sorry I feel for myself. Okay, I'm gonna put this into ChatGPT and see what it says. Get that note. ChatGPT. Open. You're here. Sorry, waiting for my critique from ChatGPT. It's being a little slow. Doesn't need to be out of this house by September. This chapter is raw, bitter, and dense with emotional undercurrent, biting philosophy, and sharp gender commentary. Here's a critique, review, and edit focused on clarity, rhythm, and characterization and tone. This is strong work. I'll pat you on your back after we cut through the meat of it. Strengths, Josh's voice, coherent, cutting, and distinctive. He walks the line between prophet, bastard, and broken man. The bitterness is alive in every line. Yep. Jillian's defiance. Her minimal but sharp resistance gives just enough tension and places her moral compass opposite Jost's without a lecture. Yeah, she doesn't get to lecture. Philosophical core. You're tackling something deep here. The gendered split between morality and virtue. Survival versus perfection. It's original and provocative. Imagery. The clipped bird analogy is powerful and tragic. It's because I'm fucking living it, god damn it. Critique by paragraph. Morning began much the same as the others with Jost, fresh from the first real sleep he'd had in days, resuming his rambling. A bit dry compared with what follows, consider tightening it. The morning began as the others had. Jost finally rested, launching into another ramble. This time the tangled history of the pilgrimage and Josirian's so-called virtue. Now he was ready to tear it all down. I like this critique by paragraph. That's not bad. Boom. Boom. Why bother with the long and dangerous pilgrimage when you could just settle down and let someone take care of you? You're a woman after all. Why not just make babies and be happy? Mm-hmm. Okay, I gotta manage my memories, I guess. Hmm. It's interesting. The saved memories has an interest in writing jokes and understands the importance of paradox in both psychology and comedy. Has improved their self-discipline and emotional awareness. Is seeking a shift in thinking to achieve their goals. Wants to pursue creative endeavors, including finishing their book, doing stand-up, and achieving financial independence, but struggles with balancing autism and ADD, leading to feelings of conflict, frustration, and avoidance of people. Is exploring methods to power muscular constrictions and how to manipulate magnetic fields to amplify strength. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let's forget that. Has been brainstorming the idea of a supersuit for a couple decades, thinking it could augment strength, build weak muscles, or replace limbs. Yeah. Yeah. Book explores themes of finding hope at the edge of despair, overcoming past trauma, and the struggle of balancing fear and failure. The story delves into a complex character dynamics, particularly through Jost's philosophical reflections on society and human nature. Is considering using the creation of Michael and Lucifer from goodness and the feelings of being good as an introduction to Jost's rant about humanity in their book. In this rant, Jost refers to the human body as a meat sack and critiques its design by pointing out the legs lead up to an abdomen with a significant distraction. Yet there is even lower distraction and a different kind of hunger that is less fulfilling than physical hunger. Book includes a theme of self-created suffering, where characters' actions and flawed thinking contributes to their predicaments. The people of the starved village are portrayed as having a form of laziness or ignorance that brought trouble upon themselves. Appreciates feedback sessions to help work out the logic of their story. Yoti, a musician character, plays a lute-like. I don't think we need that. Jost's name means he's right in High Elf, signifying justice in action, aligning him as the avatar of Michael. The term Josirian means right spirit or good intentions. Jost himself has moved beyond worldly concerns, focusing on powers that steer. Okay. Uh, uh. Get that. Yep. Has improved their self-discipline and emotional awareness and is seeking a shift in thinking to achieve. See, and she just doesn't care. Like, I'm making progress, I'm growing, but it's just not fast enough. That's good. Swap that out. I like that. Control V. Walk my dog in a whole new neighborhood soon. This is your emotional climax. It borders on poetic, and I wouldn't cut much, but it's a bit long for full impact. Try tightening the phrasing without losing the tragic flow. Exactly. He said, you take a woman from her trauma only to be made a straw man and burned for it. And when there's nothing left, just dust and ash, she tells you you're not enough. Then you're cast out into the cold, stumbling like a fattened bird with clipped wings, suddenly given freedom but no instinct. Flitting inches above the ground you once might have soared over. Muscles never formed, lessons never learned, just a stupid squawking joke with no nest. Okay, overall thoughts. You tie the chapter together through the tension between Joss' philosophy and Jillian's resistance. Masculine pursuit of virtue versus feminine survival morality. Longing for family versus the pain of being rejected by it. It all fits your world, deepens Joss, immatures Jillian by contrast, pat on the back, and a real one this time. You wrote a scene that's complex, original, painful, and alive. The pacing never drags. You show character and world without explaining too much. You risk saying something bold, and it pays off. The kind of writing belongs in a literary fantasy or adult philosophical fiction shelf. Your key demographic would be age 25 to 45, literate fantasy readers, think Ursula K. Le Guin, Gene Wolfe, Mervyn Peake, I don't know, early Pullman, or fans of The Left Hand of Darkness, people who like good moral wrestle, not just action. Let me know if you'd like a one-line blurb or back cover summary of this chapter. I gutted myself a little bit on that one. That's what I'm supposed to be doing though, getting real, getting raw, writing it out. This house is not good enough for us. It's not good enough for me, and it's not good enough for my wife. And I want my wife to stay my wife. That's the race that I'm up against. I got to get my shit together, get a job, do everything that I need to do to convince her not to fucking get a divorce. I want to be with my wife. I want another 20, 40, 60 goddamn years with my wife like I planned. And I want to treat her right. I was trying to treat her better, but it wasn't better enough. I don't know if this is going to get her back or not. She keeps saying that she wants me to get to the Bombazan village. And so my first book is like the highlight of the book, and like it has this whole romantic scene that she just absolutely loves. It's some of the most romantic lines she's ever heard in her life. This is a slow writing section. I ain't even got into the action yet. That's not what I wanted. Control Z, Control C. Now it's freezing up on me again. Damn it. Alright. I'm gonna make some more coffee. Make a pee pee. Here, that's your food. Eat your food. You'll feel better. You'll make better poops. As soon as you having seizures and shit. And I'm scratching my crotch in front of the, stuff that. Yeah, I got so many edits I can think of. Wow, this is going to be age range with core appeal. Age range likely 16 plus with core appeal for 25 to 45 due to philosophical undercurrents, dark tone, and emotional nuances. This is what I wanted to check. Feel the philosophical storm that crescendos in this chapter. Yeah, I do. Yay, I was wondering where the best viewers were. Why wouldn't they be on Twitch? Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, that works. I'll take it. I'm in the mood to fight with it. We. But this is what I'm supposed to be doing with this, right? Putting the painting down on the page. And Mojo's going to start being crazy. Awesome. is he gonna scold me near enough to see the buildings in decay. Not fall in, but falling. For decades. As if they'd not been cared for in decades. Still, Lou, please stop chewing. Distracted by doing nothing at all. Close. Close. Just close. Close enough to see the buildings in decay. Say device a lot. Jowl is misspelled. Jowl. Simpler. Each individual. Everyone forming their focus. Okay. And then let's let ChatGPT clean this up for me. Do my editing so I don't have to think about it. But I got to this part. I'm glad I got to this part. I get to play around with this village scene. Oh. Yeah, what you got for me? How you gonna edit this for me? Oh, ChatGPT is thinking. What the fuck? Yeah, buddy, yeah. Mm-hmm. In crafting a vivid and eerie image of a zombified village entranced by technology, this... Micro expression of joy. I like that. I like micro expression. Only to sag again into a slack-jawed vacancy. Yeah. And milled with their necks outstretched and shoulders slumped, each transfixed by a small round device in one hand, while the other hand hovered and waved, coaxing it to shift its colors and sounds. Yeah. Okay. Okay, just popping that in. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of personal jabs. I make a lot of jabs at myself so far in this chapter. Which is funny, because I swear to God, I'm writing this section to insult somebody else entirely, not me. Yo, the very posh Josh. I'm decent. Thank you for the first time chat. I appreciate it. Sorry if I'm late getting back to you. Not great. Going through personal tragedy and trying to capture it in novel form, because, yeah, that's legal. That won't send me to prison, unless it's really, really well written. An hour. I've written, about a page. Page-ish. Let's see. The morning began as the others had. Jost, finally rested, launching into another ramble. This time the tangled history of the pilgrimage and Josirian's so-called virtue. Now he was ready to tear it all down. Why bother with the long and dangerous pilgrimage when you could just settle down and let someone take care of you? You're a woman, after all. Why not just make babies and be happy? Jillian shot him a look, a flash of shock and then cold steel. She marched ahead with a defiant stride. Jost loped alongside, unbothered. You think it's all a woman is good for? She snapped. His reply came light and wistful, but landed like a stone. No, it's what they're worse for. Ruining their bodies to make more annoying people. He thought a moment. But it might suit you, girlie. Besides, the pilgrimage is all about virtue, and virtue is a masculine trait. The perfect way of man. Women only need to be moral, which is much easier. Just preserve life. Protect the mortality of you and your family. Basic survival. Who has time for perfection? Stay moral. Have fun. What do you mean by protect the mortality? Jillian asked, confused and not entirely sure she wanted the answer. It means, Jost began with a long stride and longer grin, mortality is all about self-preservation, not goodness. Just what's good for life. It extends your progeny and close relations. That's it. That's why it's for women. They congregate and keep the bloodline together in an infuriating hold. You mean like a family? Jillian asked. It bothered her that Jost's tangled speech was starting to make sense to her. Exactly, he said. You take a woman from her trauma, only to be made a straw man and burned for it. And when there's nothing left, just dust and ash, she tells you you're not enough. Then you're cast out into the cold, stumbling like a fattened bird with clipped wings, suddenly given freedom but no instinct. Flitting inches above the ground you once might have soared over. Muscles never formed, lessons never learned, and just a stupid, squawking joke with no nest. Jost sank into one of his sullen, self-inflicted silences, until suddenly he cried out with enthusiasm, Look, a village! He pointed down the road at some distant speck on the horizon, then, in an instant, he was gone, speeding toward it. Jillian blinked through the dust he left behind, then sighed again, reluctantly, following Jost, and sighed and reluctantly followed Jost yet again into uncertainty. After about an hour of travel, buildings emerged on the horizon. Another hour passed before she reached them, close enough to see the decay. Not fallen, but falling, as if time had held them in limbo, uncared for decades. And yet people moved about, though slowed, as if distracted by doing nothing at all. They milled with their necks outstretched and shoulders slumped, each transfixed by a small round device in one hand, while the other hovered and waved, coaxing it to shift its colors and sounds. Their faces, lit by that faint glow, would flicker with some micro-expression of joy or interest, only to sag again into slack-jawed vacancy. Jaws twitched, eyes glazed, mouths tightened just enough to keep from drooling into their glowing gods. That's another paragraph, isn't it? Not fallen, but falling becomes a hinge, a haunting image of rot without collapse. Parallel structure, breaking into short, vivid lines, which mimic the sense of eerie, stilted time. Device-focused language, the glow, the flicker, hover, all contribute to a hypnotic aesthetic. She seems shabby off by. The woman only blinked at her, slow, vacant, confused, and turned back to the glowing prison in her palm. Blur of faces. Blur of images, faces, floating text, snippets of sound leaping from music to speech to static and back again. It was a whirlwind of data, and yet nothing. Nothing solid, nothing whole, nothing true. The villager shuffled on, eyes glassy, thumbs twitching over the screen like rats in a maze, frantic, aimless, and endlessly entertained. Like rats in a maze. I don't know if I like that. There's plenty to it that I do like. Like rats in a maze. And thumbs twitching over the screen like, what is it like? Something like rats in a maze. Like, frantic, aimless, and endlessly entertained. Shit, I got 2 pages there. Alright, I'll take that. 2 pages ain't bad. Part of it last night. Got a job interview on Monday. So let's just say I'm probably not going to get the job. Too old. Not ambitious enough. Don't have enough experience. I don't want to go back into doing retail. Nice. Awesome. Fucking awesome. So the student loan payment I tried to make yesterday did not go through. That's all so much. So much. So much. That's how much I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm trying to log in. I am trying to log in. I am trying to log in right now on my computer for some reason. Yes, it's me. Still broke as fuck. Um, okay, this was not supposed to be rejected. This was supposed to be accepted. Damn it. Oh, I don't want to have to go in and do that shit over again. I hate that so much. It's so much better on the computer. Why haven't I been doing this? I can manage my money much better with this. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, to get more money in this account. Eat your food. Keep eating. Okay, so I'm gonna end this stream and try to figure out what the fuck is going on with my stupid fucking finances. See, I've had to deal with this before and it just made me not want to deal with it.